All right, what's going on, guys? What's up, Decaf? Appreciate you guys hopping on. He said J will market open full day tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, so we got actually tonight, we got tomorrow night, and then the market's closed Friday at noon. What's up, Justin? He said Jordan, what it do, bro? What's going on, man? Yeah, sorry guys, I was in a rush to get home. I had a couple of things to handle beforehand, but back at the charts now, so we can see gold. We already hit this drawn liquidity level that we have marked. So right now, I'm not really too focused on either side at the moment. So we'll see. Really just want to see what the market's going to do from here. What's up, James? Try to fix this. Alright, yeah, that should be better. Yeah, what's going on, guys? So, yeah, like I said, we can see we basically just had continuation start to take us up during New York session today. So overall, what I was looking for was basically to see if we get continuation right back up or if we just maintain. So once we end up getting this continuation right back to the upside, we literally came back to that imbalance that we have marked up here to the upside. And now, as we've opened up Asia, we're having a stronger take profit in. So I'm watching to see now, does this 1 hour imbalance end up getting inverted, or do we just maintain it? What's going on, Jay? Yeah, you can definitely ask a question. Sell side seems pretty strong. Jay said, what's a good laptop you recommend me buying for trading? I'm a beginner. I mean, honestly, you don't need nothing crazy. My first laptop, I don't even think I have it down here with me, but it was just a HP. I think I spent like 150, 180, and I think it was like a like right now, like a 4th of July sale type of thing. I went and bought one. So you don't got to spend nothing crazy and get like the most high tech, you know what I'm saying? You can just get something simple. As long as you can get trading view, of course, if you're trading futures, you want like to be able to log into TradeAvate. Have a couple different platforms. If you are trading Forex and you still want like your MT5 on there, then I would recommend getting something with enough RAM so you can have, multiple instances and stuff open. But outside of that, for a beginner, you can get a regular, you'll be good. You don't need nothing fancy. I wouldn't get like a real cheap iPad or nothing like that, though.
Hi, everybody. It is my pleasure, delight.
Appreciate you guys
here on the Oprah podcast, and I know your time is very precious.
Yeah, thanks for liking the
My
live.
intention and my hope is to have conversations here where you can actually hear something that enhances your life in a meaningful way. And let me start this episode by asking you to think about this question.
Yeah, have you guys taken anything this week yet? Any trades this week? It's been pretty slow, man.
You may call it a sixth sense or a gut feeling.
Pretty slow week.
And I recognize that your life always first speaks to you in whispers, and then when you don't pay attention, it gets louder and louder. The question is, do you pay attention to that voice, to the whispers? Maybe you have a life dream that hasn't come to fruition, or a relationship that failed.
Jay said, followed your page, man. You got the best trading content. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I appreciate all the love. It's been pretty cool just getting more stuff on the on TikTok, on IG, on YouTube and stuff like that, and seeing the response. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, seeing your little son learning from you. Yeah, that's my little guy, man. I'm trying to get him right before he start getting a lot of different things to distract him. Really, just get him focused on something that he don't got to be a trader, but to already have access to just that, to know what he's looking at, to have that information. I think it just sparks something for whatever he does want to do. But if he does become a trader, that's even better. He can take care of dad when I get old. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely want to make some more videos with him. A lot of people I've been getting a really nice response from everybody. Hey, what's up, Zoli? How was New York session? New York session was cool. I didn't take anything for New York, but we did have a nice movement here. So as you can see, we had a buy-side imbalance that printed during the London session here, and we had just came off of actually retesting the order pool. So 3 hour, we had this bearish bullish rejection. So at this low, so we ran out that liquidity, got a nice impulse, nice bullish engulfing candle here. So with us retesting the POI, we can always look for a continuation during New York, even if we don't actually pull back into that demand. But with that imbalance, we can see price action came down, tested it. It did kind of chop in this range early in New York, but then we did get a nice impulse falling down, and then we just ran up here. So we already swept the previous day's high. I'm already back at the draw and liquidity level that I marked at the beginning of the week. So right now I'm just sitting on my hands because I don't want to. I already hit where my main target was. So I just want to see, do buyers build back up from here, or do we start to get a strong and take profit in it? Because it literally came right to my draw, and the way that it's just reacting off of it is just confirmation that I want to sit on my hands for a second.
And we met with your good friend, Jimmy Moore. We're talking with Jimmy Moore.
And Jay said by the time he's in elementary school, he'd be making a bag. Yeah, for sure. I hope so. That's the plan, man. Get him going early.
But I just want to first say you worked for decades on this new book, Prism 7 Steps to Heal Your Past and Transform Your Future. And I really
So yeah, guys, we'll see if something sets up for us tonight. Right now, we just kind of strong on that sell side. But yeah, for everybody liking the live, I appreciate it. If you guys could share the live for me, that would be perfect. Yeah, for sure, Zoli. Someone said, I have Webull. You think it's a good platform? So I never use Webull. So I'm not sure. I mean, if you're going to be trading like Forex, so I trade Forex and futures. So I got MT5 and then I have Tradeovate. That's the two platforms I use. Yep, usually. Yeah, it's always good to take a break from the markets, but it's like when the market's just slowing down and you really want to make some more money in the market, this is the time like to really be patient. So it's tough. Like you might literally just be itching for a trade at this point. But I'm gonna take the week. You know what I mean? Take it as it is. Take it slow. Still got tomorrow night, and then just kind of go from there. Head back into next week. You guys got any plans for the 4th of July? Danny, what's going on? She said, what's the best way to learn? Um, I would say the best way to learn is just really to start with babypips.com. I was head over there, just start like they have like from they call it like preschool, kindergarten, first grade. So like really you can just learn like the basics of what is this that I'm looking at as far as the market, what is forex. I don't believe they have anything on futures. I'm trading both forex and futures, but they're pretty similar. I would just start there. That's something you can get for free, and then based off of what you're learning and start notating stuff down, just read through that and then start searching that up on YouTube, trying to find someone, um, a mentor, someone that you think that sounds knowledgeable. Of course, I would say anyone that does also trade live would be someone um, that I would recommend learning from, because if they're showing you in live markets, it's going to help your learning curve by a ton. So I would say once you find that person, just stick with whatever YouTube content they're putting out, and then of course if you want to invest into courses and stuff, but you can do a lot for free first before you need anything. Mr. H, I appreciate that follow. And then I also have a free ebook that we offer too that you can tap in with, but it's not like just straight beginner. You gotta at least know a little bit about the charts. So yeah, no problem, Danny. I appreciate that follow. Appreciate you liking the live. Thank you. Yeah, it does take some time to learn, but I feel like it's a lot of traders now that, like for me, I'm 7 years in the trading, so it's been a long process for me. But it's some traders out here. Like I feel like with all the new information, and since it's just so much out there, they're taking advantage of it and catching on quick. So you're seeing people like within the first 3 to 6 months already seeing success in trading, which I did have like a little bit of early success, but not how I'm just seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So you can literally, if you put your head down and just lock in now, beginning of the summer, and go hard into the end of the year, 2026, you might be going crazy in the market. Trust me, you just might. Jay said, "I'm so focused on trading, I feel like it's a matter of time until I crack the code." Yeah, no, that's where you want to be at. When you feel like you can crack the code and you just continue to work. The thing is, just you just can't get discouraged along the way, because it's not going to be just all um, just all easy breezy. You know what I mean? It's going to play with your psychology, especially when you got money on the line. So once you get past that psychology barrier, it's just like the money, focusing on the money, and strengthening like your process. Then that's when you'll start seeing yourself take off. Yeah, that's right, Jay. He said quitting is not an option for sure. Yeah, I don't know why these ads just keep playing. Yeah, let me check that in chat here. Yeah, 47 was good. Justin said, looking for sales on UJ specifically, looking for a retest to fill of 1 hour imbalance slash order block. Just sitting on hands right now, though. Cracking the code equals conquering yourself. Yeah, no, that's true. You want to crack the code, you really got to tap into the stuff that's holding you back. That's like the final piece. Once you learn, okay, this is a candlestick. candlestick moves up, the candlestick moves down based off of, price. These levels hold as supply. These levels hold as demand. When price gets to this level, I should be looking for this pattern, or I should be looking for this response or this volume to take price from this point to that point. Once you can get consistent and know, okay, how much I'm risking and this is what I'm looking at, cool. Now you got to get to the point with your psychology of money and how you take losses and how you take wins and all of that stuff. That's the next part of the trying to crack the code. That's the next step. But yeah, let me check out UJ. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all hopping on with me. Let's see. Oh, that's so. Oh yeah, that was that cell we looked at earlier. I think, Justin. So we got bearish continuation order block, price retest, seeing that sell side continuation. Yeah, it's looking still pretty good. It just took some time to play out though. When did it actually transition? This was like 10:45, so it played around in this area for a long time. This was a nice wick rejection. This one probably would have had to go stops above the high just to be safe though, because these wicks just kept popping here. But yeah, I like it. Bearish order block, getting continuation, some type of retest, or if we close this imbalance right here too. A kiss right back to that London's low right there. That would be nice. Run the previous day's low. I would just say, this looks good. I would say if we just run out that previous day's low though, and then drop back, I would be careful taking that continuation. I would want to see this come here, then we run out previous day's low. But it's looking pretty good though. How it's looking and how it's going to perform, we don't know. That's the only part.
Dozens of pages of incoherent ramblings. I'd hope to finish by 2 a.m. She's like, it's back. Just great.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Douglas?
It's a big pain on Kevin.
Oh, I just got UJ just pulled up. Hold on. I'm like, wait a second, this look different. But yeah, right now we got about 5 minutes left on that H1 closure. I want to see if this is going to invert. Hard to trust what's going on. Umir, what's up? I appreciate y'all sharing the live. Yep. Slow week, guys. Slow week. So Ring said, first time here. How you doing? How did you get started? I appreciate you tapping in. So I'm doing all right. I got started trading back in 2019. So I've been trading about, well, I'm in my 7th year now. So I traded 6 years. How did I get started though? I mean, I started with pretty much like a lot of people around my, I guess, age group or in my area. Started with or just seeing stuff online with IML. So I started with IML, was with them for like a year, and then after that, I end up leaving that and just going on like a solo path, taking courses and stuff like that until I started to figure it out. But yep, a friend put me on actually, and then I tapped in with IML, start learning from there, and uh, yeah, that's really where I got started. Learn from Stevenson Lender, Raphael Spiller, a couple of those guys that are actually on that platform trading. I learned from, and then from there, I just started to once I left, just kind of went on a YouTube journey, YouTube University, and then just took multiple courses. IML was like a platform where they basically marketed forex education. iMarkets Live. I don't know if you heard of it. Yeah, it was iMarkets Live, and then it turned into Market. What was it? Yeah, I think it was just iMarkets Live, and then it turned into something else. But yeah. I wouldn't go to. I wouldn't recommend IML now though. Nothing against them. I'm glad it was a great introduction, but you don't need to go through like any type of marketing thing to get into trading. It's a lot of free information on the internet that you can get. You can build up a lot just by buying books and free information on YouTube, and then eventually taking courses, get a mentor when you want to really get serious. Just go from there. Jay said, "Do you recommend futures or options?" No problem. Um, I would say futures. I tried options like for a brief period. I had a friend that was really good trading options, and he tried to show me it. At one point, I think I was like 2 years into trading forex. I'm like, I'm starting to learn this. Let me learn this too, and the two worlds just didn't mesh. So I just had to decide like, do I want to stick to what I've already been trading and get really good at it, or do I want to do options and get good at that? Because I started to realize like the skill itself is going to take so long to develop that would I be able to mix and take trades the same way on options, which I was learning two different things at the time, so I didn't see that meshing. So I was like, yeah, let me just stick with. I was trading forex, but then I transitioned to futures. So no, I wouldn't say futures is better. I wouldn't say futures is better than options. It's just preferably like what for me options. It was just a lot of I don't know, like a lot that you have to do within the apps. It just wasn't as simple as selecting buy and sell like it was for just trading forex at the time. So I was like, it just seems like too much that is going into this, and then you also have like earnings that you need to pay attention to. Is more fundamentals, and maybe it was just the way that he was trading because he was using a lot of like fundamental stuff, and then he have like the charts up with seeing all the companies that's going from. Um, Whatever percentage gain to to fall for that day. Like he was doing a lot of different things, looking at I think it's the theta or delta. Like it's just a lot. I felt like so. But I think it's definitely doable, and there's a lot of people that's making good money trading futures. I think at some point I may want to learn it or pick it up again, but I'm just trying to master, one kick. So Ray Nicole said top three books in trading. Top three books in trading. I would say Best Losers, Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogarth. Trading Beyond the Matrix by Van Tharp. And then you gotta go Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. So somebody said, "How's gold looking? I want to trade it." I mean, gold is looking pretty good right now. It's we bearish right now. We tested into that drawdown liquidity, so we had a new day opening gap. It was from June 23rd, Monday, June 23rd. We literally wicked right into it, and now we're starting to see this collapse down here. So right now, I mean, I'm still bullish based off the higher time frames, but we just inverted this sell side imbalance to the left on the H1 strong bearish close, and we're coming off of um, where I was, where I was actually looking for price action to potentially either continue through or draw back. So I would say sit on your hands right now unless you potentially want to catch a quick sell off if we get continuation. But price action is definitely still bullish though, so just keep that in mind. But it's looking good as far as like volatility there. But I can see more sell side continuation or stronger take profit event potentially tonight to the downside. And we left the sell side liquidity open from uh, from London lunch. So with that, I can definitely see price action continuing down lower. We literally came like pips from it today during the New York session. We didn't run it; we just continued higher. So with that, I definitely think that's going to be the draw if we continue down lower.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a duck. That's a Leo. Okay, I'm gonna putt now. Okay, I'm gonna watch you putt.
Oh,
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
oh no, Limo!
Only pay.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Kenny said, I learned something a while back that helped me out. If you reprogram your brain to deliver that dopamine hit off a loss instead of a win, you'll save yourself that addiction of wanting more wins. No, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. I didn't even think about it like that. Justin says, so I was actually looking at the level above that, the other one that's being printed right now. Oh, okay, so you were looking at the actual order block. Kenny said, because you'd be looking to learn off the loss instead of chasing the win. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like for a period of time, you're gonna just have to learn what your losses really are. Like you're gonna have to learn if I'm actually taking a good loss or a bad loss. Like if I'm taking something within my strategy that could be refined a bit, or am I just actually just taking a trade because I'm not following my trading plan, or it was just like a random entry, or I'm just taking this because of this or this. If it's structured, you're gonna go through a period of time where you got to learn the difference between those two. What's a good loss? What's a bad loss? So then that way you're not just tweaking and changing your strategy too, and you can stick with it. Somebody said short term price target for Apple. So I don't trade stocks. Just instead of not that one being printed. Okay. ES in a good spot to short off the daily. Justin said close the wick, so not looking for anything from there. Basically, where we impulse from after the NY session. Okay, so basically looking for a bigger retest up. So TCM said, "Hey, good morning from Bangladesh. Hey, good morning. What's up, Decaf?" He said, "Might be up all night because of the 4-hour downtrend broken. This is going to be such a good hold. Future stocks feel like futures so much more. liquid charts to be cleaner. Yeah, and I mean with futures too, you can still like trade the overnight market. So like if you're a person with a 9 to 5, um, that's working during that time period, like during the New York session, which most of us are. So if you're not able to trade during that time, yes, you can take quick scalps, potentially on break or depending on what type of job you have. But that's the thing I do like about futures and forex. You can trade overnight. So we're trading right now, whereas the stock market is closed. You can't trade any options right now. Raina Costa said, "What are some practice apps or demos?" So yeah, you can get on. If you want to trade futures specifically, you can get a demo account on Tradeovate. If you want to trade forex, you can get a demo account. I would say with Plexi Trade, getting the MT5 or Trade Locker account. Definitely, yeah, those would be the two that you can make a demo on. And then even some of the prop firms, I think, still offer like a demo account. So you can still just kind of like test your skills in the market. But you definitely want to go demo for a little bit of time or very small account so you can know like what your just your psychology around how you feel about taking losses of actual money, even if it's like a $2 loss or something like that. You still need to feel like, okay, I took some type of loss in the market, so you understand when you do a demo account, it's monopoly money. But yeah, that, and then on Trading View, you can do like all your markups. So you guys can see on top of my screen, this is my Trading View up here. So you can do replay, you can do all your markups on there. So you can look at the market and say, okay, well, from what I've been learning from X, Y, and Z, this should be a level of supply, this should be a level of demand. And I'm just going to mark this up and see how price reacts today. Come back, look at your chart, mark it up again, see how price reacts. You could do that just for weeks, just to start getting yourself accustomed to like the candles. And you're not going to catch on to exactly everything the chart is doing because nobody can is making random movements. But once you can spot certain areas that continue to reverse price or get a strong reaction out of price, that's where we can get in, and just from that small pocket or reaction, we make the money off of. But I mean, if you're a swing trader, you can also get the bigger reactions or the bigger moves if you want to hold trades. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, guys, we're just selling off right now on gold. I appreciate that follow. Let's see. Yeah, have you guys taken any trades yet this week? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have my setup right after this weekend. I just gotta get this adapter for my laptop. Yeah, guys, we got about 45 minutes left in our session. We are back at that Asia's high, London's high, so we may start to get a response here. See some buying pressure, but we got to keep in mind too, we already ran out previous day's high. So with us taking that, we might definitely just see further decline. That already just kind of makes it a lower probability setup, just because we already ran out liquidity. Our typical liquidity that we'd be looking to take out, which would be previous days high, previous days low. Tool truck quality, unbeatable value, only in Harbor Freight.
Why AAA? Because you're stuck in a rut, literally. Because you're out of gas. And in a pickle. Because stuff happens. And AAA is the most trusted roadside assistance. Join today and add a second AAA membership free.
Yeah, guys. So 5 minute time frame. We're starting to see a bullish engulfing here. I feel like I need like a fidget spinner or something like that. I never know what to do with my hands when I'm trading. I'm just like, yeah, let me check the chat. Yeah, it ain't been a crazy week. It's just been gold. Momo said, "What times you trade?" So I trade in the morning. So I trade New York session from like 8:30 a.m. to usually like noon, and then I trade Asia session from 7 p.m. to like 10:30 p.m. If I don't get nothing between that time, then I'm not trading. But I don't trade every single session though either. Like that's just when I'm looking at the market. So I might still only get like maybe 4 or 5 trades a week, maybe 3 out of both sessions. Brandon Cole said Rubik's Cube or stress ball. Yeah. Yeah, a little stress ball would be straight too. What's up, Riz? Okay, cool. So Riz said, what's MGC looking like? Yeah, so that's what I got up here on my chart. I know it's a little bit harder for you guys on TikTok to see what's going on, but I'm gonna have my streaming stuff or my adapter set up so the streams will be looking a lot better. Not me just all in the camera. You guys barely see my screen. So when I was looking at, we already retested the draw on liquidity I was looking for. We had a new day opening gap that was created from, I believe it was June 23rd. So to the left, so we tested into that and ran out that previous day's high, which was here. And then we had a strong bearish candle that formed, inverted the sell side and bounced to the left. So right now I'm looking pretty bearish. We did not also take out our low today from London lunch liquidity. So below this low, I think it was at, let me see, right here. So at 3,343.3. So because we left that open, I'm thinking we may get a draw to run out that low first before seeing more upside. I am still bullish on gold, but I am expecting potentially a bigger take profit event right now. So yep. Yeah, so I'm seeing sales right now. I hope to answer your question, or if you need something specific, let me know. But like I said, once I get my adapter, you guys will be able to see my screen and see me moving it around more. But I'm like literally on YouTube and TikTok trying to stream with you guys. So Checking all these comments. Risa, so chill with you for a bit or for it. I'm learning the charts and how to learn entry and exit points. No, yeah, no problem for sure. Yeah, you can definitely just hop on. Like I said, I'm gonna be on Monday through Thursday nights at like 7:15, 7:30, and I'll be, if I get in on a trade, I'll call it on here too. But yeah, because we're sitting at London's high and Asia's high. I don't know if you can see up there. So right up here, this is London and Asia's high we just tested into. So I'm looking to see if we get an impulse to take us up from here, or if we're gonna dive down deeper and go into like 3342 area, run out this low, and then we see a move back up. So that's what I'm looking for today. We did have a 1 hour imbalance here to the left, but I am definitely looking for buys though. I just want to see how the market react from here. Fit John, what's up? Yeah, guys, don't be over anxious to jump into these buys just yet. The way we just broke down like that, I can definitely see gold want to continue. Or it could have just been a manipulation leg to take us back down to this low. But I think gold may end up trading a little bit lower tonight. Let me check the chat. So, Chris. Oh, Riz said I took a short position before I hopped in here. Oh, that's what's up. So, where you get in at? What level did you get in? $33.58.1. Let's see, 33.58. Okay, so yeah, just before. Okay. Well, I mean, we got the sell side imbalance here. I would say just be a little careful. I would want to watch to see how price action respond. I don't know if you can see that really within this imbalance. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I will watch in here. I will want to see price action start to see some more seller pressure in here. I definitely think we'll trade lower tonight. I think just you got in a little bit low in the move, so it might be seeing a little bit of retracement. This high was the area once we run previous days high on those shorts. But based off that 1 hour though, we did close pretty strong. So it's just a matter of seeing what gold wants to do here. So I wouldn't say it's a bad trade. I would just say it's just a little bit low, and we're at London's high, Asia's high, but you can definitely potentially see price roll right back through it. If we get a closure back below the London and Asia's high, you should see price action give you a nice continuation. But if price respect here, we may see prices rise. That's what I'm saying. Oh, risk. See, I haven't heard of those levels, and okay. Yeah. So your previous day's high, your London's high, your Asia's high, London's low, Asia's low is going to be important. Previous day's low is going to be important. Previous week high, previous week low, I would say, but you don't have to get crazy outside of that. So we actually have an indicator. It's called the TGFX previous day's high and low and sessions indicator that updates it on your trading view every single day, so you don't have to mark them off yourself. So definitely, if you need it, send me a DM. I'll shoot the link to you. But if not, you can also just go in and you will just have to find the right times and then mark up those highs or lows. So they're good because like you may be in a trade going the opposite way. So let's say you are already in sales from a higher POI, like you were in sales from way up there. If you got in sales up there, then you could say, okay, well maybe I should start trailing or taking profit around that London's high or Asia's high. So they also help like border wise or where price action may react outside of just like your order box or if you're trading balances or whatever structure. So if you find structure also layered on top of these session levels, it can give you more clarification. Okay, like now I can see why the market paused here because I'm sitting at London's high and Asia's high. You know what I mean? Or if it closes through here, I can see why we continue strong because it respected under, those levels. Rick said, look, took profit to move higher, 175, not bad. Oh yeah, you could got a nice little scalp right there. Yeah, I wouldn't play with this area until it closed below. But if it closed below, you could definitely get back in though. What's up, Sammy? Yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in. Solo Trader, what's going on? So Solo Trader said yesterday you closed the stream just before 9, then some move happened. That time is just when Asia session really begins from 8 to 11. Yeah, for sure. We seen a nice movement last night. That's why I said I usually trade until like 10:30. Chris said longs go from here look good on M5. I've seen a nice upwards trend line. Yeah, I mean, we're at that London and Asia's high. I can see us moving higher from here. But I can also see, because we had that sharp decline, and we left the sell side liquidity from London lunch open, that we may want to see prices run lower. And we also came into that new day opening gap level here. We wick right into it, created from June 23rd. You can see it clear on the FX chart, but yeah, that's why I'm just being patient here. I don't want to jump right into buys, and we already ran off previous day's high, so I got too many confluences against why I wouldn't take a buy setup, even though I'm bullish right now. So that's why I'm just chilling. Twitch said, oh my bad. Is that do you trade large price stocks or low? So I don't trade stocks. I trade futures and forex. Jake said, check out UNH is so free. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. It's a stock. Okay, yeah, I don't trade stocks. Yeah, only futures, guys. Do you guys trade options? So for the options traders, like you guys can't trade overnight, right? Like you can be in a hold from yesterday, but or from New York session, but you can't actually trade like right now, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean that was the main thing I was saying earlier. Like the with options, it's cool, but you're more in and out of the market unless you're doing like a some type of hold. But with forex and futures, you can trade overnight. So Riz says so by session ends at 4 p.m. Holds close at 4 p.m. But we can trade futures after 6 p.m. Right? Yeah. See, I want to get into options, but I never, like I said, when I my friend he put me on it, and it was just completely different from what I was learning. So I was like, it's just gonna cloud my headspace trying to figure out both, and I know it's gonna take time to learn both. So I just tapped in on the forex and futures. So Jake said, I just invest though. I think I buy long term calls and some puts if I'm feeling bearish. Yeah, so I mean that's what I want to learn too is just long term calls and long term puts first, and then maybe day trade at some point. But yeah, I invest though. Right now, I mean my main investments that I just put into is like VTI and VOO, and then I got some BITO, that Bitcoin ETF. But I do want to start building a stronger portfolio right now. I mean, my main goal is to compile as much as I can into my futures account, and then start using those investments and slowly build my account over time, and then of course put more into actual portfolio. Saw swing trading, and that's nuts. Yeah, swing trading. I ain't never really. Well, I guess you consider swing. I didn't took like swing positions because I'll hold. The longest I didn't held a trade was like 72 hours. If you consider that like a strong swing, but that's the longest I held a trade. Jake said, I like going a little riskier with some equities. UNH and Google are amazing stocks, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm thinking about just running into like a course or something more on stocks because the information that I got, well, when I was working prior, we were already in Vanguard as far as our retirement fund. So now that I'm kind of controlling that and putting money myself to the side, I'm going into VTI, VOO since it's basically mirroring the market with Vanguard. So I'm like, that's where I'm gonna put my money for now. I don't know much about any of these other stocks or information. I know what I'm looking at on the chart. So, but yeah, I definitely want to learn more on the investment side. But yeah, definitely some more riskier though. I want to build it up, but I also, I'm not trying to wait on it to be like a real retirement fund. I wanted to, maximize over the next 10 years. So I definitely want to add some more riskier assets in there, especially while I'm younger. Like that would make the most sense. And I think over the next 4 years, we're about to start seeing some markets continue to explode. So it's like now might be the best time. Chris said, I enter longs. Chris said he entered longs. You already in the longs? I mean, if we respect London's high, you might have a good move. BC Moon said, "What up, brother? Do you trade full time?" Yep. So I trade full time. I do 101s. I do some videography work. Um, do a couple different things, but yeah, I trade full time. Decaf said early, Chris. Love to see it, Chris. That's what's up. Yeah, hopefully it holds, Chris. I think we may hold off London's high. Where'd you place your stop? What's going on? She slays Nas. Decaf said if the setup is good, I'll trade options, but anything can happen overnight, and you have no control. Futures, you have full control. Yeah, for sure. So Solo Trader says, so here price is basically in the golden zone, but there's clearly no setup. So what are you looking for? No need to change, can win or lose plenty with futures. Yeah, for sure. Chris said with patterns on off the M1, nice push. Yeah, I mean right now I'm not seeing a cleaner transition for us to buy just yet. BC Moonset, are you trading on prop firm? So I trade my own personal account. I have a Forex personal account, futures personal account, and then I have a top one futures account that I'm trading as well. He said he got stops at 33.54. Okay. So Riz said I need me a weekly, bi-weekly income. Doesn't have to be a ton, just an extra 1 to 2K a month. I mean, it's definitely possible. Like I said, a lot of people are doing they doing good a lot faster than I have. Like it took me 7 years just to get to this point to where I'm stable. You know what I mean? Like I can at least make enough, put money up to cover my bills for X amount of time because I know this month may be break even. This month may be, slightly green. This month may be red. So I got to kind of plan ahead, but I'm not at the point like I can't just go on a trip tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I'm still definitely on my way up, but it took me 7 years just to get stability. And I mean, that still could be shaky. I could have 6 bad months in the market. I may have to go clock in or something. Like I'm not gonna be too shameful to tell you guys like it's just happening. Like it's a slow up and down, on the way up. So that's just the reality of it. But I think where I'm at right now, I'm reaching a point to where I can be just definitely self-sustainable, and I'm gonna get to the point to where I can really just. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna have millions, but I'm gonna be well off. You know what I mean? If I can continue to take trading serious. So Riz said I have a full-time job. I plan on keeping it. I just need a supplement to take some bills away. Yeah, and not just make that your first goal. Everybody's goal doesn't have to be I gotta quit my job. Like I tell people all the time, like if you're serious about trading, don't just immediately quit your job. Because I thought I had it figured out like year 4 and tried to quit my job. I had to go back to work. You know what I mean? So don't think that it's just gonna happen like that. It may for some people, but for me, I mean that just wasn't my experience. I had to go right back to work. As soon as I thought I was good, I had to go right back and clock in. So I mean, just making that extra income and taking that stress off you first. So that's what I started to realize. Like, okay, at least I can um, use this money that I made to pay a few bills. Okay, at least I can use this money to help my mom out. At least I can use this money so we can go out to eat this weekend. You know what I mean? So now you got extra money for that, and then you just start building it up, and then you get to the point, well, okay, now I can actually cover my mortgage, or I can do this. So then you can potentially replace the job, but at the end of the day, it's still risky because you may just have a bad X amount of months in the market and life may happen and you may just have to go back to work and rebuild again. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it ain't like what people are pushing out there, but once you reach a certain level, yeah, I mean that money's gonna come, and how well of a steward you are with it is gonna determine, how well it grows or produces for you, I would say. So yeah, I just plan on being smart about, now that I am actually making some decent money from trading, just being smart about reinvesting into my account so that I can leverage it to build more. And then I'll get to the point to where, like, if I didn't want to trade in the month of August, I ain't got to trade. I could be on vacation all month or whatever. You know what I mean? That's my goal. And then I can, be on here, help more people, teach more people. If God gave me this gift to learn how to trade and be able to explain what I'm looking at and this and that, you know what I mean? I got to use it. Someone will say, yeah, I learned that lesson too. Now my goal is to consistently make checks in less time. Yeah, for sure. Riz says, I'm figuring I'm sitting home all day working from a computer. Might as well be in the charts. Hey, I feel you. That's exactly how I was. So when I started trading 2021 or 2019, I started trading. But when the pandemic hit, that's when I really took my trading knowledge to the next level. I really was studying a lot because I was working from home, had I had my work laptop, and I would get up real early because I was working as a design engineer. So all the engineers that I was working with, they would already send me whatever they needed me to work on as far as, like, I don't know, boring stuff, y'all. But I would get that done real early. So I wake up like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., get everything done by like 7, 8, and then, clock in. But I'll be looking at the chart and then responding to any emails. If I got a meeting, I'll hop on a meeting. But all my work technically for the day is done. So I'm just studying the market. And that's how I just started to slowly level up. But even if y'all do 30 minutes a day, you know what I mean? Just take some time to study, whether it's a video, whether it's looking at the market, whether it's doing a markup, simulation, all that's going to help you guys. Because the faster you can learn, the faster you can get out of whatever situation it is that you're trying to get into, whether that's not trading, whether that's not working anymore. Like, my thing is, I don't necessarily not want to work. I just don't want to have to be under someone's, I guess, schedule, if that makes sense. I want to be able to say, like, if my son wants to do this today after school, I can go do this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to go clock in or go be on somebody else's time per se. But I still want to have a schedule to where I'm helping traders and, doing things that I want to, create my own business around certain things. Like, I'm thinking about all that type of stuff. Like, as I get money, how can I grow and also invest and make more off of what I got? So that's like where I'm at right now. But my main goal was never to, like, just, oh, I just don't want to work, because you're gonna be working anyway, especially if you're trading. You may have that lifestyle that you just trade and just chill, which is cool too. But you gonna get tired of sitting around. So especially as a man, like, you want to do something. So you know what I mean. But I know we got ladies on here. Not saying that y'all don't want to do nothing. Everybody need to chill too. But at the end of the day, you still got a purpose. So um, let me check the chat. So Solo Trader says, so is the main session you trade typically New York? So New York was the main one that I was trading. I was only trading New York for a lot of pretty much my whole trading career until November of last year. I started trading Asia session, and then it kind of just took off coming into this year and been successful. So I've been trading both, but 2025 Asia, I have made way more during Asia than I have New York. Could just be this year though. BC Moon said, if you were to choose any prop firm to trade on, which prop firms would you use? So if I'm gonna trade a forex prop firm, that's gonna be um, Funding Pips. That's the one that I use and got a payout from. So I would say them. Futures, I would say I use MyFundedFutures, but if you're someone that has already passed prop firm accounts quite easily, or you can consistent with at least being able to pass an account, I would say go straight to Funded and do an instance funded account with, like, Top One or Tradeify would be the other one. So Messenger Hardscape said, "Do you want to own your own time?" Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's basically why I got into trading, just to get my time back, because I was literally working um, before I started trading full time again. This past time, before I started working with TGFX, doing the trade coaching and stuff like that. Um, I was working second shift, and I literally hated it. Like I was away from my son, my family all day. Like I was sick. But the reason that I was doing that too is so I could trade New York session. I was trading New York at the time, and I was like, I don't care if I have to go back to work, but I'm not going to give up trading at this point. Like, and I had to sacrifice. I knew third shift was going to be terrible because I already worked third before when I first got out of high school. I worked third for like 2 years, 3 years, and I mean that was just going to be terrible for my schedule. I wasn't going to be able to trade New York after working all night. So um, I started trade. Yeah, like I started working second shift so that I could trade New York session, and yeah, I mean it ended up working out. I ended up getting really good over that time period, and that stress actually just helped me to become better. And then yeah, I ended up getting an opportunity to trade live with Ray on our Discord, and yeah, just kind of took off from there. Ray said I'm on Top Step right now. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm using Top One. Top One is an instant. They got an instant funding program. I got a payout with them so far. It's been pretty decent. I only been with them for like a few months though, so it is kind of early. They have just, I believe, started in 2025, but they use the Project X platform.
There it is. Only pay for what you need. Liberty.
Power tools give you the confidence to take on
Naeem said which doesn't have consistency rule. They got the consistency rule. BC Moon said, "Where's the Beamer, Benz, or Bentley at?" Hey, it's coming. Ray got the Beamer. That's who got the Beamer. My boy or my brother got the Beamer, so he pulling up for me now. And then in a couple years, I'll have mine. My Jeep still run all right though. I keep it clean. Yeah, a couple years though, we might upgrade and grab something. But like I said too, like I'm happy that the money is now coming in. I'm a little bit older. Like I'll be 30 this year, so if I would have started really making money when I first started trading, I probably would have just been blowing it and worried about, cars and just stuff that I don't really care about now. Like I don't really care about that. I really want to travel, you know what I'm saying? But now it's more like how can I build more? Like it's too many people around me that's suffering, you know what I'm saying? That need that extra source of income or need opportunities. So it's like how can I build business, how can I leverage the money from trading to build something else, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I care about. But if I really would have started making money just a few years ago, I probably would have had a nice, nice little chain, nice little Cuban. I don't know I don't know what car though, probably Camaro, nothing crazy, maybe a Corvette, something nice. And that's not to say it still ain't gonna come, because I might still grab that. But right now, I'm just thinking like, I'm trying to do grown stuff right now. You know what I mean? Take care of my family, own property. That's what I care about. But I might still buy that if it if it go how it's supposed to go. Appreciate that, decaf. Zoli said, "You invested rather than buying expensive cars, liability. You will see the fruit of your labor on that for sure." Yeah. Decaf said, "Bro, you would have went degenerate." I mean, hey, I feel like that's in everybody though. I mean, at some point, and then just the way that we grew up, we seen people having money flaunted. You know what I'm saying? But once you get older, you realize people that really got money, I mean, like they not buying cars and just shoes and clothes, like, but you can't tell when you see them that they got money. But you go to their house and they got a boat in the back, they got jet skis, they got a theater in their house, they got, you know what I mean, like, so it's more equity into like the home and items that could potentially be sold. They take care of their land, like, they put their money into businesses, they do philanthropy, you know what I mean, help people around the world, stuff like that. Like, Momo said, facts, time freedom, mental freedom. Yeah, it's that mental freedom too. Like, the world is already crazy. So, on top of all that, the world being crazy, you might have stuff that's happening with your family, friends, stuff like that. I mean, we all are going through it at some point when it comes to something. Everybody's dealing with something. But you have all this stuff that you're dealing with, and you still got to go hit the clock. Like, you still got to go clock in. It don't matter. Like, them bills still got to get paid. So mental health for, I feel like, everyone, not just America, everybody. I mean, probably even more everywhere else. But um, it's just knowing that, okay, I got to make money to survive, but I'm going through these things, and I can't nobody save me but me. You know what I mean? So I think trading is a good way to where you can like literally step back and figure yourself out and have that time, because you already made enough money to where you made the same amount that you could have made in a week. You made it in a couple hours. So now you got this time in your hands that, whether you want to get into meditation, I love to meditate. You want to start reading, you want to start just educating yourself on like, how can I develop myself more? How can I help regulate myself to feel better? How can I get that mental clarity? Like, doing those type of things, or being able to have just that time to woosah, is like that's the real, I feel like, the real happiness from trading that you can get, that you can't get nowhere else. Because everything else is going to be like, it's just going to be money related. But that time, when you get that time back to real, so you can focus on you, get some mental clarity, you know what I mean, that's huge. Can't nothing really replace that. Let me check this chat. Um, DCAT said, I think it's a natural reaction to get money. I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad I'm older now to where I don't care about cars and clothes and stuff like that as much. Like, I still, of course, I want some nice stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I want the best in life, but that's not a priority at any point anymore. But before, if I would have started making money from trading when I first started, I probably would have definitely been on that. And I probably would have been now here in the future. Like, I probably didn't need to spend that much money on that stuff. Hum said, "What about gold, bro?" Yeah, so I'm watching this level to see if we start getting some response for some buyers to come in. We're sitting at that Asia's high and London's high, but like I was saying earlier, I think we're gonna see more of a decline because we have this volume imbalance that we tested into, and we swept the previous day's high. So this is actually my drawn liquidity level that I marked at the beginning of the week here. So with the sell side imbalance to the left, we came right into it, wicked it, seeing that sell off. So because we came into this level, because we've seen a nice reaction, I'm kind of just hands off right now at the moment, because I think we have a stronger take profit event, and we got sell side liquidity sitting just below us that was not taken during New York session. So I'm leaning more so towards that sell side, but I'm not actually bearish because higher time frame. So kind of just sitting on my hands tonight. So Lewis. So Doc said, "You got this, fam. Your day is coming. You've been obedient. All you deserve, God said, is on its way." No, I appreciate that, man. That's how I feel too. That's exactly how I feel. I know as long as God put me here with this skill to help people and to, help myself and my family off of trading, then I can help more and more people. As long as I use that gift, I think He'll continue to keep blessing me and put me in the right direction. So I appreciate that, bro. Thank you for affirming that because I needed that. Doc said we watched Ray sacrifice for a minute. He said delayed gratification has been key word this session I'm in. Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. Like that's why I'm grateful that I came in under him as my mentor because he was not flashy at all. Like all his stuff was it's just based off the charts and his psychology and um, doing meditation. Like he was just deep off into that. So when I seen him compared to seeing, no shame to like Swaggy or anybody like that or Q Banks, but you see him with chains on and vacation and this car and that car and vlogs. Like he wasn't doing none of that. He was just locked in on these charts, but he was actually getting payouts and getting money. So it's like, what are we really focusing on? So I'll start tapping into him because these dudes over here making vlogs, not saying that they can't trade, but I came over here because Ray seemed very serious about just the craft of trading. So when I tapped in with him, it just started taking off. Naeem said, can Top One or MyFundedFutures trade from cell phone? Which instant should I choose? So I'll gotta see. Let me know if you use the Top Step X platform, can you trade that on your phone? Because that's what Top One uses. MyFundedFutures, you can get Tradeovate. I don't know their other platforms. I think you can trade with Tradeovate on your phone, but it has like the depth of market, so you have to hit buy and sell on that, opposed to like looking at the candles. So you may still have to have like your trading view open, and then when the trade sets up, you hop over on your phone onto the Tradeovate platform and then enter the trade. But it's going to be on like the depth of market. So depth of market looks like this. So you can see on the right side of the screen up here, this is that depth of market. So this is all you're going to see with that buy and sell order in your contracts. So I mean, I would probably suggest not if you're just not using futures, because I haven't even like entered an actual trade on the depth of market. So I would do more searching on that to see how it looks. But I think you may be able to use it. Let me see. So Riz said there is no app, but you can trade on the website on the mobile version. He said, I hate it. I use my iPad or PC. I struggle setting stop losses and take profits on the Top Step platform. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so I think you can. It's just you have to. I mean, you can't get the. They said it's no mobile, but you can use the website in the mobile version. Yeah, guys. So we're starting to see a little bit of buys come in. It's 8:54. So we got about 5 minutes left on our session. This is a good session. Yeah, I don't really trade from my phone unless I'm trading my MT5. So Riz said with TopStep, you choose the platform. I think they offer Trade Station or their platform TopStep X. Okay. Yeah, I know Top One used TopStep X, and that's it. That's like their sole platform. But MyFundedFutures, I know you use Tradeovate, and I don't know what else they got on there. Tarko, what's up? Yeah, guys. So we got one more session for the week. We'll see if we catch something tomorrow night. Like I said, right now, my bias is still kind of. I'm bullish overall, but I don't know if I'm ready to look to see buys right here at this level. So I'm gonna be watching it. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. I will be posting if I do take a setup We got a lot of new things that just launched. Ray just actually posted an announcement on Traders Impulse. So he's been working on this platform for I think over a year now, and basically what it has its own risk setting. So my people that are using forex prop firms that have that utilize I'm thinking of two different platforms. But if you're using, let me actually just pull it up. That'll just be way easier. So I don't have to just try to remember everything. All right, let me see what bro said. So Traders Impulse officially launched. So Traders Impulse goes specifically with, um, it needs to be an account. Let me see, because I believe he's still working on the other one for C Trader. Um, So it needs to be a prop firm or broker that has Trade Locker. But basically, what it does, it helps you to set your daily loss limit, lock your accounts after profits, set trading windows, lock yourself out of changing your settings, control your trading impulse before they control you. So basically, just being able to set loss limits, being able to set profit orders, and stuff like that. With of course, when you sign up with a like futures, they already have that built in into the Top Step X platform to where you can lock yourself out, stuff like that. But with FX prop firms, they don't have a tool like that. So if you're using an FX prop firm or even trading your own personal account and you want to link up to Traders Impulse, you can go to our Discord. I'll put this link in the chat too in the description after this video, but it'll be tradersimpulse.com. We already put out a demo walkthrough on it, how to use it. You can link it to, like I said, your FX account as long as you guys are using a broker that supports Trade Locker. So it's got to be a Trade Locker account. And yeah, I mean, you can utilize it to help yourself so you don't end up taking more trades than you need to. You end up closing out once your profit targets are hit. You end up closing out your account if you hit a daily loss limit. All that thing that basically help you to stay more disciplined in the market. So I will definitely say tap in. But outside of that, I will be posting the trades that I do take in the Discord, and that's completely free to you guys as well. So make sure you guys tap in. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Like I said, I'll be on tomorrow night because the market doesn't close until 12 on Friday. So we'll see if we catch something, but I will post tonight if I do end up taking a trade up until like 10:30. So appreciate y'all hopping on, listening to me rant. Unknown Trader said, I think also catching a mentor before they are in a big breakout phase on their career is a big thing as well. Like before they're touching consistent 50K months. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say that too. BC Moon said you ever yeah. So that's what I trade with. I trade on TradeAvate. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. Unknown Trader said because that's when they are still primarily focused on their community. Yeah, I would say so too. Like once you make a certain amount, you may not really be too focused on helping the community. And I mean that's why I'm glad I'm here right now. Not to say I got to make a certain amount before I just stop, helping people, but I'm glad I'm at least am in position to get people from where they're currently at to at least where I'm at or better. Top three markets that I trade. So I only trade gold, guys, on the forex and future side. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate y'all hopping on. I will see you guys on our session tomorrow.